Ladies and gentlemen, it's time! Hailing from the wrestling capital of the world, here are your hosts.
Oh yeah!
Dustin, 5-Star, his tag team partner, Eric McMahon.
A-Lip, baby.
It's Grind City Wrestling.
Oh yeah! It is Grind City Wrestling, episode 304, as a matter of fact. Hello everybody, I am Dustin Starr. Welcome to Grind City Wrestling. Be sure to follow us on social media at Grind City Media. Take that subscribe button to Slap City wherever you're watching or listening, especially here on YouTube. Last time we were here, we talked to WWE ID prospect, the Memphis Heritage Champion, the 420-pound egg-sucking dog, Aaron Roberts. Go check that out in the archives. This week, we're back with the best wrestling that we watched all week. We have a bunch of news and rumors. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's not waste any time. It is bell time. Introducing my co-host, my tag team partner. You know him if you're here in Memphis, ladies and gentlemen. It's Devin Walker, baby.
It's time to play the game.
Check out the shirt.
It's time to play the game. I got the old school Triple H joint. People know what's up, bro.
Give me some Big Daddy Mark.
It's time to play the game. Hoo, hoo, ha, ha, ha. Shout out Triple H. What's your favorite Triple H, by the way? What's your favorite Triple H character?
It's got to be leather jacket, blue
Biker.
jean,
Badass sledgehammer.
vest over the top, sledgehammer, returning from quad surgery. Triple H was
Roided
the
out.
baddest dude. Yes, absolutely roided out.
Shout out my dog Triple H, man. When I used to play the video game back in the day, that was a character I picked. It was Triple H or Shawn Michaels.
At what point did Triple H become a main event wrestler in your eyes?
Probably the leather jacket joint. The leather jacket, sledgehammer, spit in the water in
Cactus
the sky.
Jack.
Yeah.
Feud with Cactus
Was
Jack.
bleeding like Cactus Jack was bleeding everywhere.
We could talk about this for ages, but Cactus Jack helped Triple H get main event status, and then also Edge.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, he single-handedly, and I know we had a lot of feuds with John Cena.
Yes.
Just kind of a topic off of
No,
topic here.
We're
but,
just look, bro. People love this kind of stuff.
but Cactus Jack, Mick Foley, Mankind, whatever you want to call him, he helped make Edge as well.
And I think, bro, for Triple H, I think he's one of those ones like we talk about transcending. Because I think every kid that used to watch wrestling would do the
Spit the water. Go ahead, do it. Do it.
I can't spit water in the
Your
studio.
ass
I
be
don't want to
in
break
trouble.
shit. But yeah, I don't want to get fired. but everybody's done the spit the water in the air because of Triple H, man. So he's one of the ones for me.
Be sure to follow Devin on social at Devin_Walker 2. All right, what's new? Anything good?
Nothing's new, but you were out last week.
I was.
So
My apologies.
we got we had some stuff to talk about
I
last
told
week.
you I
missed it.
may or may not be here, depending on how it's going. So I didn't make it.
Yes, you did not make it.
Not gonna
It's
elaborate.
fine. It's fine. We won't. Yeah, we don't need you to
My
elaborate.
balls hurt.
Okay, that's aggressive.
Since we last
We
talked,
don't want to
though,
know about your balls, Dustin 5-Star.
since we last talked, though, Joe Hendry sold out the Wrestle Center to end 2024 for
The
us.
question is, did the crowd do what they needed to do? Because sometimes I love the Memphis wrestling crowd.
Glad you brought this
especially my
up.
guys in the corner. Those are the real
Yeah.
OGs. But sometimes the crowd doesn't really get into it the way they should be, and I really hope they gave it for our boy Joe Hendry.
Let me tell you, there were a lot of new faces at the Wrestle Center.
Really?
A lot of new faces.
And I hope you put on a good show to bring him back.
They all believed in Joe Hendry.
Did you want?
It was the Grind City Rumble. How do you go wrong with that?
In Tokyo.
The only... I feel like it's a spoiler even if I tell you, like, Gun Joe had new gear on, right?
You believe in Joe Hendry.
This is totally Big Daddy Mark stuff right here.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I emailed again. No response.
Why do you keep aggressively emailing him?
Hope that trick.
We stop.
Hope
Please
that
do
trick.
not do that. Please,
Hope that trick.
Dustin. Please
Okay.
don't.
It's a
Please don't.
spoiler to me,
Okay.
right? If somebody shows up with new gear
Yes.
and it hasn't aired yet. Because to me, that's a big thing. WrestleMania, somebody's got new gear. Whoa, look at
Yeah.
Triple H and Stephanie riding out on a Harley with...
That's when you debut. That's when you put out your best gear.
Yeah.
When you have. Yeah.
So the only thing I'll say is that every single person in the Wrestle Center was standing. They had their hands in the air, waving them. because they all believed in Joe Hendry, and it was absolutely fantastic. That will not air until the Grind City Rumble coming up.
When is that?
I believe that's January the 11th.
So I won't see that until in the new year?
January the 11th. That's a Saturday, or you can watch on WMC Action News 5, or members only on a Friday. But then February 1st is the Royal Rumble. And I'm hoping that Joe Hendry basically pulls double duty
so
and
you
rumbles.
Get a little rub.
Get a little rub.
Look at you, Dustin. I'm proud of you, man. That's smart planning right there, my friend.
Also, since the last time we talked, it is official. January the 5th. Violent J is coming to Memphis Wrestling.
Okay. All right. Cool. What are we talking about right now?
Are you not a juggalo?
We have not reached 2025 yet, bro.
It's coming.
Yeah, it's cool. But let's talk about the moment. We're living in the moment right now, bro.
If we're living in the moment right now, we got to talk about the best wrestling that we watched all week.
There we go.
You're obviously not a juggalo.
I'm not a juggalo. I like Fago, but I'm not a juggalo.
I was just about to say,
you
gonna
paint
Fago?
Are you gonna paint your face for this show?
No.
Please do.
My face would break out like a 13-year-old.
That's tough. I need you to paint your face. I need you to paint your face.
No, but somebody will.
Okay.
There'll be some juggalos.
Okay. Oh, I know. They show up.
Oh, yeah.
They're a different breed, boy.
There was a lot of really good wrestling that happened over the course of the last 2 weeks.
Yes.
Saturday night's main event was off the chain. I thought Monday Night Raw's been really good. SmackDown. I've even watched a little bit of AEW. So I asked you.
Missed NXT, which has been off their pay-per-view last Saturday was great. But guess who didn't show up to talk about it on the pod?
I didn't see. My apology. I did not see the pay-per-view, but I have been keeping up with NXT as well.
I watched it, and I was ready to talk Countdown, I think it was called. It was great. But I can't talk about it. That was just too far back.
Okay.
So we're gonna stay with this week. The best wrestling I saw all week. I'm gonna go two ways with this because I love this. I thought it was weird. So Saturday Night Main Event was all right. I love that they brought back the Winged Eagle belt.
Love
Cody
it.
Rhodes. But that was kind of a spoiler, right? Where you bring back that belt, Cody's not gonna lose it. But I think the way they did it, I love the way they ended it, where Cody gets his ass beat, and Kevin Owens does one of the moves that's banned in wrestling.
Yeah.
He does the pile driver, puts Cody on the stretcher. The crowd chanting, "You deserve it," as he was rolled out.
Come on.
Kind of weird.
Come on.
But I think that tells you how much Cody is drifting to that baby face era where we want to see him lose, right?
I haven't heard.
I think
first person boo him. Cena, they booed him in the you had half and half. I haven't even heard one person boo Cody.
I don't think that they will actually boo him, but I think they want to see stuff happen too. They think he's the untouchable babyface, right?
I can book this.
The untouchable baby. Okay,
when Cody turns, he's got to have dark hair.
Oh, you know what's coming.
His suits change. Everything's dark, just like he was
in AEW.
AEW, Ring of Honor, and all that stuff leading up, because most of the world has not seen that.
No.
I saw a recent interview with Adam Pearce where he was NWA World Champion. Or no, actually Nick Aldis too. Nick Aldis has done a ton of stuff in the wrestling world. Literally, Impact Wrestling World Champion even. But there is a majority of the wrestling fans out there from WWE that had no idea he was a wrestler.
Exactly. I think he's just a general manager.
Crazy.
It's crazy. So when Cody changes,
I'm saying they could rehash that for Cody in his heel run.
And it will get over well, right?
Absolutely.
So that's not my best wrestling. I just want to bring that up because I thought that was a significant moment from the
We'll
wrestling
talk
weekend.
about Saturday night's main event here in just a second. I got that on the list.
My personal best wrestling, of course, the CM Punk Seth Rollins feud I love because I think there's a little bit of personal, real I hate you type of shit going on in there.
Well, so while we're there, real quick, if you're a wrestling fan watching, who do you believe? Because they're both spitting truths, but Seth, even though he's a babyface,
I think Seth genuinely hates that dude.
He is literally telling the people exactly what happened.
Yes. He genuinely hates CM Punk because he's calling him Phil. And you could tell, the dude hates him.
Yeah, CM Punk left the ring when he called him Phil.
Yeah, he hates him. So that's cool too. But I think my best wrestling of the week was not even wrestling. Also, I love everything that still my boy Jacob Fatu is doing. He is a madman. I love he's always like this. I love you so low. I love that bit, right?
Jimmy as well. Jimmy opened up SmackDown with a promo.
Yes.
Which is main event territory is when you're opening the show with a 20-minute promo.
But the best wrestling I saw all week, I don't know if y'all saw Raw this week.
Of course.
But a little small vignette played.
Oh.
There was a black background.
But you don't know.
With a red circle or zero, and there was a line through it. If you know who that is... But if you're a real wrestling fan, you know the possibility of Lucha Bros, Mexican, Zero Neto, Mimi at the Ring.
Okay.
One of my favorite wrestlers. Shout out to AEW for putting me
So
onto
it was
these
a
guys.
zero.
Zero Nero.
M-Town.
No,
By the way.
no, stop. What are you doing?
You see what I did there?
That was bad. Zero Nero. Meet me at the ring.
So Penta.
Penta is about to make his debut in wrestling.
But we don't
can't
know for
wait
sure,
for
though,
it.
do we?
We don't gotta know for sure. We're wrestling fans. I'm fantasy booking this. When you put the black screen with the red zero, you put a line through it. You find photos of Penta's gear. What does it have on it?
Did they?
What does it have on his gear?
I don't know. Let me Google it.
If you look at Penta's gear,
Penta's gear.
he wears a zero with a line through it. Zeto Neto, meet me at the ring. My guy's about to debut in WWE, and I cannot wait.
When I type in the word Penta, he comes right up.
Exactly. Bro, the Lucha Bros are probably my top 2 favorite tag teams ever, bro. I love the Lucha Bros.
Okay. I wasn't sold that it was him until I think you might have just sold me.
Zeto Neto,
It's got to be.
meet me at the ring. My guy Penta's about to debut.
Who does he wrestle?
I don't give a damn who he can wrestle this damn broomstick. He can wrestle this water bottle. He can wrestle my cell phone. He can wrestle this laptop.
Don't
He
even
can
matter.
wrestle this pen. Guess what? It's gonna be 5 stars. 5 star. It's gonna be a 5-star match.
All
Because
right.
my guy Penta, I'm kind of worried because in the AEW he was able to get away with some stuff, whether it was like pile drivers or like
Yeah.
he's gonna have to tweak his game a little bit.
I feel like Rob Van Dam here. Remember, Rob Van Dam did some really crazy stuff, but he
Yes.
still did really crazy stuff, but it was like packaged
It's
into
packaged
a
in.
nice
And-
little Disney.
and Rob Van Dam is top 5, one of my top 5 favorite wrestlers ever. So Rob Van Dam, Penta, I cannot wait to see Penta debut, man. Does he keep his theme song?
No. Did they say
Lucha Bros.
No.
Mexa King.
No.
Zitto Nitto.
Jimmy Hart will make him a new one.
I need him to. It better be a banger. That's all I gotta say, man. But yeah, I'm excited. That was my best race of the week. Seeing that kind of vignette play on Raw. It was kind of like I said, a black screen with a zero and a red circle with a line through it. I'm ecstatic, man. My guy's about to debut in WWE.
All right. Best wrestling that I watched all week, and it wasn't wrestling. New Day!
You like the New Day?
I loved it. Rey Mysterio standing outside the locker room door and Kofi and Xavier complaining that they won't let us in. And Rey says, yeah, I think it would be best if you guys dress somewhere else.
And that's like
Locker room leader.
Yeah.
Legend.
Yeah.
Big time, huge babyface Rey Mysterio stepping up to the New Day, right?
And that's something like you would see behind the curtain, you know?
Yep.
If somebody has heat behind the curtain.
This happens. They threw Miz out of the locker room when he started in WWE. Now he's a locker room leader. This happens all the time, and it's just not publicized, of people being asked not to dress with everybody when they have heat. Also, there was no match. They were just telling the story about how the wrestlers in the locker room really hate the way that he did Big E, so they're just building a story.
Yep.
Don't even have to have a freaking match, and it's the best thing because they did multiple of these where the New Day wasn't allowed in, and then they follow back up, and whatever. Meanwhile, there are new WWE Tag Team Champions.
Oh, the terrible tag team.
Where's
the
Eric?
Viking Raiders? I hate them.
War!
I hate them.
War!
They're so bad.
War!
They're so
But
bad.
they're baby faces. Do you follow me yet?
Yeah, I'm following you.
So if the War Raiders are babyface tag team champions, and it's no longer the heels that were
Judgment Day.
Judgment Day, you got babyface tag team champions. You have a heel New Day.
Oh, I love it.
New tag team
love
champions.
it.
I don't know how quickly it'll happen because they got to keep telling this story.
And dude, they have, and we talk about real heat. They have Dom level heat right now.
It's awesome.
They can't even talk.
Yeah. I think the next step will probably be getting them in front of the audience again, having them boo them out of the building, and then eventually telling them that we are still the best tag team. We're not the best trio. We're the best tag team.
So this your fantasy booking that Big E joins the story somehow.
I don't know if Big E joins the story. I think it would be awesome if he did. But regardless, this is going to work.
I love it.
It's going to work.
I love it. I love when real heat, like, I may sound like an asshole, but I love when there's real heat. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, they had this on the table for, 4 years?
Yeah. I love it. I love when there's real heat involved.
That speaks a lot to Kofi and Xavier Woods to be able to carry on really nothing. They haven't been really
They've been
doing that
nothing,
much.
Nothing the last 4 years.
And then 4 years are finally like, okay, let's do something with Big E.
Right before the Netflix
There you go.
things happens. Which is perfect timing, right?
Perfect timing because I got some news bites for you. All right, so we talked about the best wrestling that we watched all week. Now I'm going to give you some quick hits. Speaking of Netflix, it's official. CM Punk versus Seth Rollins at the Netflix premiere on January 6th.
I love it.
Who wins?
I think Seth gets to win.
I think it's not even about this. I think it's about the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, they'll keep telling the story somehow.
Yeah, something will happen and carry over to the Rumble because those two guys are going to be prominent figures in that Rumble.
Yes, 100%.
They both want to headline WrestleMania.
And I just know I saw a little tease-ski on WWE Raw in the background. The final boss. He was on the trailer. He's on the trailer in the background. So you know what's going to happen on January 6th, Dustin 5-star.
How cool is it that you have the biggest movie star in the entire world in your back pocket and he can come anytime?
And he can just...
Even though we're like, you did this.
Yeah, and I don't know what the hell this is.
Okay, we'll forgive you. Please come back.
I think he was talking about Penta showing WWE. I think that's what he meant. He meant Penta.
All right.
That's what the Rock meant.
Staying on Netflix, Roman Reigns. Did you see this promo?
I saw the promo, and I saw our guys getting his own signature chew with Jordan.
Sweet.
Which is super dope.
I need to get those.
Yeah.
Christmas present if you're looking.
Shout out Roman Reigns. But the promo.
Roman Reigns cut a promo, and he says, your side has one, my side has one. Netflix, tribal warfare. Tribal chiefs are squaring off one-on-one.
Wrestling is so funny.
But this was like an NFL on Fox, like...
Yeah,
the cameras and it's focusing in and doing all the stuff, and then he makes the challenge. So on Netflix, Roman Reigns is going to wrestle on Monday Night Raw against Solo Sikoa with the Oofa Loofah on the line.
I don't think that's what it's
Is
called.
It Oofa Loofah?
I don't think it's called an Oofa Loofah.
Somebody's going to be mad.
Our Samoan fan base is not going to appreciate you said
guys.
that. Come on, man.
LA Knight
it's a lot of
it a funny red necklace.
Too. It's a lot of them too. I don't want to mess with them, bro. You see Jacob Fatu?
Oh no,
that's not a dude you want to mess with, bro. Hey, apologize to Jacob Fatu.
Jacob Fatu, I apologize and I love you solo.
There you go.
Shout out to Zilla. Where you at? Come to Memphis.
Hey, pull up, bro.
Saturday night's main event was awesome. It was very nostalgic for me because I used to not know when it came on. I would just so happen to turn the TV on at night and go, whoa, Hulk Hogan's wrestling tonight.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And what was it? 33 million people watched Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant on Saturday night's main event.
You think that's going to resonate? Like, you think it's going to be a consistent? Could it be a consistent thing?
I think it could be a quarterly thing pretty easily.
Okay.
Maybe even twice a year would be awesome. Saturday night's main event, all in with Peacock numbers and the Nielsen ratings, 2.3 million viewers.
Sheesh, that's a lot of people.
2.3 million viewers tuned in to watch wrestling.
And we're in this age of streaming too, man. That's a lot of people. That Winged Eagle belt looked good too, by the way.
I want to say about 700,000 people I read watched on Peacock, and that's not counting the people that are going back and watching it right now. Winged Eagle title looked awesome. It looked so good, it almost looked AI.
It really did. It looked like somebody's been shining that thing up for the last 20 years.
The aftermath with Cody, that whole thing was really good, but then the aftermath is what really peaks those numbers because it wasn't shown on television.
No.
All that was social media stuff.
I love the Kevin Owens Triple H push off backstage because Kevin Owens power drive Cody Rhodes. Those are the things that kind of blur the lines of wrestling now, right? Because it's they're using social media clips to continue a story.
You have to be on 100% of the time,
which I freaking love.
100%.
I love it.
You're walking around backstage, you better be in character because somebody's got a phone on you,
or somebody's got a camera on you in Gorilla or anywhere you are. So I love it. WWE and this guy right here on my shirt,
he's killing it.
Killing it. Bro.
HBK, the two biggest screw ups, arguably, during the Attitude Era. Are running stuff, and it's awesome.
D-Generation X, the guys who used to do this all the time, are running wrestling and doing a hell of a job doing it, man.
They really are.
Shout out Triple H. Shout out, because Shawn Michaels is putting hell of a talent on that NXT program.
Man, what?
They got some superstars.
Yeah.
Lola Vice, I'm talking to you. Trick Williams, I'm talking to you.
Whoa, damn,
what?
Yeah. I knew you had to shout out Lola Vice.
Of course,
Come
bro.
on. All right, so I was sitting there watching. We had a little thing going on at the house. A non-wrestling fan was watching as Liv Morgan won. She's headed back to the locker room area. Boom, the music hits. Here comes Rhea Ripley. And the non-wrestling fan was like, who's he? And I'm like,
wait, about Rhea?
Yeah, and I'm like, what? She's like, oh, is that that a woman? And I'm like, you need to see her in her ring gear.
No smut on Rhea Ripley's name, man.
Bro, I was floored. I was like...
Yeah, I would have had to put him on my crib for that one.
Wrestling fans, or people that aren't fans that tune in, there's no telling what they think of this stuff.
Yeah. Oh, bro, somebody should start a show, or we could do this. We could just find non-wrestling fans and just show them wrestling.
You got to take the microphone with you.
Yes, and just show them wrestling. Be like, just like do a bit where you get non-wrestling fans to watch wrestling and get their reaction. Because if you're not in this like wrestling world, this wrestling bubble, a lot of this shit doesn't make sense.
No, it's like, what?
It doesn't make sense.
They hit each other with chairs?
Yeah. They throw each other off the rope and bounce back. Oh, yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
I'm glad you said that, because that's the number one thing when people ask me if it's fake. And I know some people get mad at the word fake and all that kind of stuff. Hurts like hell. But if I throw you off the ropes,
you're not supposed to come back.
What is this, a cartoon? How do you bounce back?
You're not supposed to come back. You're not a boomerang.
Last note on Saturday night's main event is Jesse the Body Ventura makes his return.
He looked old, man.
He did look old, but how did you like it? Did you like it at all? His commentary or anything?
I mean, it was all right. Shout out to the Body, man. The guy that was known as the Body, looking real like a raisin.
Happens to the best of us.
It's weird, man. He went from the Body to a raisin real quick. Shout out to Jesse Ventura, though, man.
Yeah, big shout out,
governor.
Jesse.
Is he governor?
He was,
governor.
Minnesota.
Shout out to you, man. Raisin man.
Jesse the Body Ventura was awesome. I like him, but I like him in small doses. I think.
Yeah. You can't take too much of him.
Yeah, I don't know about that. All right, so should Natalya win the first ever Intercontinental Championship?
Think
of the lineage here.
I'm gonna be a shout out to the lineage.
British Bulldog, Bret the Hitman Hart.
Okay. All right.
Who else?
I gotta keep it real right now.
I'm drawing a blank, but
I gotta keep it real right now.
The Hart family.
I gotta keep it real right now, bro.
And the Intercontinental Championship are like this, bro.
I'm sorry, bro. I gotta keep it real right now, bro. I haven't gave a shit about Natalya in the last 10 years.
But this is an opportunity to give a shit about her.
Bro,
Big shout out to Chelsea Green, by the way. Chelsea Green was nothing but comedy, but she's the new United States champion, first ever.
Bro, I don't know if it's just me. I think the time has passed Natalya. I think she's one of those. Maybe wrestling fans won't get this reference because wrestling fans don't really watch sports. It's like Paul Pierce with the Wizards.
No.
Or it's like Kevin Garnett with the Brooklyn Nets.
She still looks awesome. She still works awesome.
I'm good on Natalya, bro.
I think there needs to be a reset button pushed, and I think that this could be the reset button.
What could be a reset, though? Like, she's been the same character for damn near, 15 years?
I feel like she deserves it. If she doesn't win the Intercontinental Championship, imagine the story that's telling. Who would win it?
Who's in the... Did they have a tournament for this?
Yeah, they do.
Is it still going on? Am I tweaking, bro?
Hold on a second.
Look up the bracket real quick. Hurry up,
I'm gonna
please.
look up the bracket. You're too busy on these other websites.
Yeah, but yeah, Natalya, I'm sorry, bro. You're like Paul Pierce with the Wizards.
Man,
You're like what's my Patrick Ewing with the Raptors.
Dakota Kai, Shayna Baszler, Katana Chance, Zoe Stark.
She's washed, bro.
Raquel Rodriguez.
Oh my God, I hate her too.
Kaden Carter.
These are all terrible wrestlers.
Laya Valkyrie, Zelina Vega, Ivy Nile. I like her.
This the Intercontinental?
Alba Fire. Yes, it is. Kairi Sane and Natalya.
These are everybody that's in it?
Tell me somebody that'd be a better Intercontinental champion than Natalya.
Out of those names, yeah.
Well, there we go.
That's a group of mid, bro.
1, 2, 3.
Say that list again.
There's like 12.
Say that list again.
Dakota Kai, Shayna Baszler, Katana Chance, Zoe Stark, big shout out to Zoe, Raquel Rodriguez, Kaden Carter, Lyra Valkyrie, Zelina Vega.
All right, she's all right.
Yeah, she won Queen of the Ring, didn't she?
She did get a crazy ovation when I went overseas, but continue.
Alba Fire.
Who was that?
Kairi Sane.
Kairi Sane?
Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane, isn't it? Kairi Sane? Natalya.
So, by default, Paul Pierce for the Wizards wins the Intercontinental Championship.
Not how the conversation was supposed to go, but big shout out to Natalya. I hope she wins the Intercontinental Championship. All right, I have some TNA Wrestling news.
By default, she wins it.
Real quick. It's never by default.
She's winning by default, bro.
Chelsea Green won the United States title.
Chelsea.
Who is going to win the Intercontinental title?
I like that bit they do for her. Chelsea Green. I like that. But tell you TNA news.
All right, so TNA news. This is big, and I was going to ask you about it. I don't know a whole lot about it. I've looked it up, but Tessa Blanchard is back in TNA Wrestling.
So this is somebody who caused a lot of trouble backstage. somebody who got put there were some allegations on her name where she was being racist to a lot of wrestlers of color.
Do you know what those allegations are?
She spit in a black wrestler's face and called her the N-word in New Japan Wrestling.
I read that as well. Not only now. Usually I'd say that allegedly happened, right?
Yeah, it was allegedly. Yeah,
right.
Yeah. But there's also people that always complain about working with her because she wasn't the best to work with.
Chelsea Green stepped up and said something.
Yeah.
I think Jordan Gray stepped up and said something. So these are big-time wrestling superstars that have stepped up and said, no, I heard and saw it.
Yeah, and she's also wasn't like when I said about the best to work with. She missed tapings. She was kind of like difficult when it came to booking.
If you don't know who Tessa Blanchard is, she was the Impact Wrestling World
She was
champion.
the hottest thing ever in 2020.
A women's
2020,
wrestler
2020
is the champion of the entire company.
It was her and Sami Callihan, I think. They were in like a feud back then, and they were the hottest thing in wrestling. Like I said, it was Sami Callihan versus Tessa Blanchard. And she had, like you said, it was an intergender feud, and she came out on top.
Won the world title, very Lucha Underground like, but TNA Wrestling, that was like cutting edge.
Yes, and she was the hottest thing, and then it all went to hell.
There's a huge uproar now.
Really?
All over the internet.
So the way she came back, fast forward by the way, like I said, 2020 her name was like hot as fish grease. We fast forward 4 years. Hopefully you learned some lessons.
Been invisible.
You've been invisible.
Invisible.
Even on the independent scene, like not doing
maybe
anything.
Some Mexico stuff.
Exactly.
But literally.
2024 turning point, I think, happens. TNA is the name of the pay-per-view. Jordan Grace finishes the match. She comes in with a hoodie. Scully jumps her from the back. She pulls the mask off. She's back.
She is. She's back.
I want to ask you this. As someone who's a promoter, would you have done this?
I don't know. I asked the live chat the other day because somebody after Memphis Wrestling, we do a live chat. We do a chat during the show, do a chat after the show, and then do a members only. And they were asking me to bring her.
Someone who has really to Memphis?
Yes. They said, hopefully you can bring Tessa Blanchard to Memphis. And I said, I thought, well, how many people know about this? Or is this just like a Twitter thing?
Oh, it was a big thing when it happened.
Because Twitter is not the world, guys.
It's not the real world, by the way.
It's like, what, 3% of the world?
As much as y'all want it to be, Twitter's not real.
It's not. It's not real.
So like I said, as someone who's a booker, right? You book, you're a promoter. Like I said, it's been 4 years since all that stuff happened, where all that kind of stuff, like all the smut was put on our name. Would you, as someone a promoter, would you, like I said, what'd you do? Would you bring it back?
I would entertain the idea.
And would you talk to people backstage before you brought it back?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I was going to say. I would entertain the idea, but under the notion that I'm talking to several people to see what the thought is on this, and not just people in my camp, people in some other camps that I want to make sure that I stay in good standing with. But I didn't know all the details about this. You really start Googling it, and then you don't know what's real, you don't know what's fake. But there was a huge uproar. Moose has posted pictures and been very supportive. This kind of, dude, this is like Hulk Hogan type of stuff.
Oh, yeah, she was out of pocket. Because this one I was really, I think I was into TNA really back then when it was 8-sided, the Octagon. But I think I got really into it around that 2020, 2021, when it was like Sami Callihan, when it was like Tessa Blanchard. That's when I first found out about Jordan Grace.
What do you think, though?
I think it's a very interesting kind of like.
If I walked up in here and said, hey, TNA Wrestling brought Tessa Blanchard back, I'm booking her. What's your response?
Interesting. I would say it was interesting.
Yeah.
Because I think, like I said, it was 4 years ago. And I would have to have some kind of like some reassurance that you've changed, right?
Because what is that?
Huh?
What is it?
I mean,
something like that would be behind the scenes. The fans wouldn't see it.
But I think that's the thing, though. Like, let me know you're doing things behind the scenes to be better, right? Because, like I said, it wasn't just the racist stuff. It was being difficult behind the scenes. It was not showing up the tapings. It was not wanting to drop the belt. It was just all like
somebody said she held the belt hostage or something.
Yeah, she like that kind of stuff.
Also, I want to remind you not to believe every single thing that you read.
Yeah, don't believe everything. But I think
if there's some smoke, there's probably some fire somewhere.
Exactly.
But it might not be
that exact thing.
Yeah.
Right. So just and them releasing her because she's been so difficult too. I think because she was the hottest name in wrestling.
She was.
So it had to be all those compounding things for them TNA to be like, we're gonna have to cut ties. Like you might be the biggest name right now, but you got to roll, bro.
Right.
Like you know how much you have to be an asshole for a company like TNA who was trying to like still
made you the world champion.
Exactly. And they're like,
Tweet us at Grind City Media. Tweet
I
us.
want to
Let
know how
you
y'all
know.
feel about Tessa, man.
Tessa Blanchard, thumbs up or thumbs down. Couple real quick things and we'll get out of here. Josh Alexander's contract is ending. I believe it's February. Also, his wife, Jade Chung, who is the ring announcer, she's leaving as well. Jordan Grace is apparently finishing up.
So, to the Jordan Grace point, it's interesting because she jumped Jordan Grace from behind, and the fans are saying, because someone asked Jordan about it, I think a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And Jordan was like,
I don't know if I believe all that.
You don't think so? You think she was going to...
I think the TNA wants the fans to think that.
Yeah. But you don't think she actually thinks that?
I think it's probably...
Because she's leaving anyway.
You know...
We can do this, blah, blah, blah.
Yep. Let's go to work.
But look, she's leaving anyway.
Yeah,
right?
she's leaving anyway.
So take the belt off her.
Tessa will beat her for the belt. Next thing we know, we'll see Jordan Grace in Royal Rumble.
There you go.
Speaking of Royal Rumble, Joe Hendry. I told you Josh Alexander, Jade Chung, Jordan Grace, possibly Joe Hendry going to the WWE or going to the Royal Rumble.
I like that. I love it.
That's four big
and
names.
You have at least, and you have to have, I think you have to at least have one or two NXT superstars in it. Whether it's Trick, whether it's Oba Femi, whether it's Wesley, whether it's what's the young cat's name? I forgot his name. He's electrifying him.
The RKO guy.
Yeah. By the way, see, this is why we gotta have this podcast, because I wanted to say on air that the Soul Snatcher is the greatest finisher in wrestling right now.
Soul Ruka is my fave.
Bro, that is the greatest. I need y'all to clip this.
And it ain't because of the Soul Snatcher.
There needs to be a clip, right? That's crazy. This needs to be a clip for the week.
No, her outfits,
we're clipping this.
She's awesome.
She's awesome. She's
Soul
amazing.
Ruka is awesome.
Soul Ruka is amazing. But I'm gonna clip this. Space.
3, 2, 1, action.
The Soul Snatcher, pause, is the greatest finisher in wrestling today. Don't debate me. Debate this water bottle. Dustin, what do you think?
I think the Stone Cold Stunner is the greatest finish ever, but
I
Soul
said right
Ruka,
now, currently.
and she's hitting this thing out of nowhere.
Bro,
I love
the Soul Snatcher is fun. Is an amazing finishing
I love the
move.
finish. I love the style. I love her. I think she's awesome.
It's so hard to do that, bro.
Awesome. It's going to be really tough to keep taking women from NXT and putting it on a Raw or SmackDown roster.
I mean, you just named me 11 women that I don't care about. You can
and not one of them was Soul Ruka or Nikita.
Yeah, shout out Nikita Lyons. Shout out.
All right.
Yeah, just keep going. Please.
Last thing, do you want to talk AEW at all?
No.
Nothing?
No.
Camille's gone.
Who is that?
Mercedes, never mind.
She's gone?
Already.
Where's she at?
They didn't even, it was just, you're fired.
Fired Sasha Banks?
Okay, hold on. No, Sasha was more like, Camille, blah, 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 you're fired on camera, and that was it. Done. They just got together. I told you they would mess that up. They just got together, right?
That's so
2 months ago?
That is so strange. Wow.
Talk about Julia Hart's anticlimactic return? No?
AEW, you suck at telling stories, bro.
MJF. You made MJF just another dude.
Yes, and he was on fire.
Ricochet. Dr. Britt Baker. There's a bunch of them that were... Well, I was just saying Ricochet. He was a major star on Raw, and now he's just another dude on AEW.
Man.
They're going to hate me if they watch this, but man, I don't see how, Dr. Britt Baker... I was watching Jamie Hayter the other day. Remember when Jamie Hayter was the hottest thing going?
Yeah, and that character was booming, boy.
She lost to Willow Nightingale the other day.
We were at that AEW show, bro. When she came out the curtain, bro, the crowd was on fire.
Yeah.
I said the word fire a lot today.
Fire. All right, coming up. Speaking of fire, Memphis Wrestling's on fire. Coming up January 5th, Insane Clown Posse's Violent J is coming to Memphis Wrestling, along with a few of the stars of Juggalo Championship Wrestling. January 26th is Super Bout 4. I highly recommend going ahead and getting those tickets because it will sell out. Milestone 200s this weekend. Gun Show versus Aaron Roberts. Derek King's retirement ceremonies this weekend. Memphis Wrestling's absolutely loaded. What are you doing this weekend?
The Grizzlies are on the road, I think. We have a game one of these days.
Thursday.
And I got some stuff this weekend that I'm helping out Tony Allen with. Some other stuff this weekend. But, yeah, we'll be chilling.
Hopefully we can do the podcast early next week so we don't have to take off for Christmas.
Yeah, we don't need that. We got a pod next week, bro.
We do. Yeah. But Christmas is literally...
When is Christmas? What's the day?
Know this.
Come on, bro. You're a dad. You should know this.
So Christmas Eve is Tuesday. So if we're podding, we're going to do it on Monday.
Yeah, you got a pod on Monday.
All right, pods on Monday. I am Dustin Starr. He is Devin Walker. Baby saying, so long, everybody.
I repeat, the Soul Snatcher is the greatest finisher in wrestling.
We love you, Soul Ruka.
clip that, by the way.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, Jalen.